So, Miguel, what's the very latest? How many people do you think are marching now?
Well, we're looking at maybe 200, maybe 300 people. They picked up a lot of steam when they moved into Harlem, and then a band of protesters from the Bronx met them here, and things really got a little more interesting. Several hundred were here at that point. Now it seems that folks are probably starting to go home. There's almost more police now looking out at the crowd here than there are protesters. There is a heck of a lot of police. They would like them to get out of the streets, but the protesters, we thought they were ending their protest at 125th and Clayton Powell Avenue, and now they are on the march again. We're now on Amsterdam, headed north. It's not very clear where we're going. This may be the most tense it's been tonight. Protesters, up until this point, had pretty much scripted this out, even though they were snaking through Midtown. They were going to end at the 125th Street. Once the protesters joined them from the Bronx, all bets are off. It's not very clear where we're going. Don?
So, Miguel, you have been following this story. You were out with the protesters a few weeks ago as well. Does it seem like there is a difference between the protests a few weeks ago and tonight?
It's certainly less angry, and you're not hearing some of the angry protests and chants that we heard on that night. That said, we did hear for the first time tonight, a moment ago, the KKK and comparing NYPD to the KKK. So people, more than anything, what people want to make the point tonight is that they will not be cowed. They will not do what the mayor wants. What Mayor de Blasio has asked them to not protest until after the funerals, not do this sort of stuff. They draw a very sharp line between the deaths of those two police officers and the protests that they're doing right now. They believe that this is a First Amendment right, and that that the issue of racist policing and the deaths of those two cops are very different things. Don?
The mayor and the police commissioner were concerned about some, provocation of officers. Have there been any protesters provoking police officers? And if so, how are police reacting?
There have been some individual cases of protesters provoking police officers. At one point during the night, we were at the 25th precinct, and they were very much in police's face. They were trying to provoke something there. It didn't happen. The police have been incredibly calm throughout the evening. They have followed the protesters along. They have cleared the way for traffic. There have been some protesters who have tried to harass individual officers as they moved around, sort of asking them questions and sort of egging them on, but they have not reacted. Police have shown great restraint. Don?
Have you seen any arrests, Miguel?
No arrests so far. There was a point here at 125th Street when the police and the protesters started to. Sorry. Now they're playing to the camera, and I'm going to hand it back to you at the moment.